Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5. Hey, man, this dude's no stranger to the show, man. I'm him. If
I am you and you are me.
This man, I swear, when I was DMC, when everybody in my family wanted to be Run, I got it. Nothing against Run. But I wanted to be DMC.
A voice.
You know, because of the voice he had, and D stands for Devastating Mic Control.
Devastating Mic Controlling.
Yes, and one of the most iconic groups that came from this culture, but went on to show us how to live beyond just being, not to be marginalized. It's just one thing. Mm-hmm, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they showed us that music didn't have to appeal to just one sector of the society. Right. They allowed us to grow. And they were the sacrificial lambs. You know, we learned from the mistakes they made, and we learned from the victories they've had over the years. Yeah. And so it's always an honor when this man is doing his rounds.
What's up?
And they say DMC got a project he working on. Can he come to the show? This is his show. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Daryl McDaniels, DMC.
Woo! Good morning, good morning.
D.
In the place to be with Heather B.
You know what I mean?
In the NYC.
Yeah, hey, man.
It's nothing but Love.
Damn, he's on top of the head, man. Throw a beat on. See what happens. He's in the zone right now. Hey, D, you just handed me the comic book, man.
Yes, DMC issue number 3 is out. Daryl Makes Comics is my comic company.
Perfect.
Big shout out to my man Riggs Morales.
What's up, Riggs? What up, Riggs? Riggs.
He comes from the kingdom of Shady Records, that mighty kingdom. He convinced me 3 years ago to do a comic book, and at first I didn't want to do it. And he was like, "Why not?" I was like, "Yo, I don't want to be another rapper. Just thinking because I got a hit record, I could do everything." And he laughed. He was like, "Yo," but he said, "Yo, D, my first love was comic books." Before hip-hop. Like, I never wanted to be in show business. And the beautiful thing about what happened to me was I always like to tell all the little kids, don't be ashamed that you could tap dance. Don't be ashamed that you could play the piano. Don't be ashamed that you like comic books or like Star Wars or Star Trek and everything. A lot of our kids hide their powers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean? Break that down. Hide their powers.
They hide their powers. Negativity over the last, I would say, 15 years here in the United States is being used as a false sense of power. Disrespect, you know what I'm saying? Illiteracy, being bad, but literally being bad is kind of praised here in America now. Donald Trump is just an example of the whole mindset of the United States. And that trickles down to entertainment, that trickles down to our education and our communication and all of that. But a lot of kids have the power. The Easter eggs for the world was always there. On King of Rock, Run says, "I'm DJ Run, I could scratch," because he was the son of Curtis Blow. He was a DJ. He wanted to be known as this hip-hop powerhouse. I didn't say I'm DMC, I could rap. I said, I'm DMC, I could draw. Hip-hop, hip-hop. I said, crash through walls, come through floors, bust through ceilings, and knock down doors. Rappers don't do that. Superheroes do that. So I'm this little kid. I went to Cal. Yeah, see, now people's like, yo.
I didn't even know that.
It's shocking people right now. When I was a little kid, I went to Catholic school my whole life. And I wore glasses, and I read comic books. So I got teased, picked on. My whole life was, hey, For Us, hey, Binoculars, come here. Hit me upside my head. Did you see that? When hip-hop came along, I was like, yo, it was deep.
That's mean.
I wore a uniform. No, it's bad.
Tracy said that's mean.
That's why I'm fighting for these kids now.
I got
Tracy. You know what I'm saying?
I went to Catholic school, too.
Yeah, that's why, I had a uniform. I had a big book bag that said St. Pascal Baylon Elementary School. So all I did was, but by the way, comic books, because I was reading every day, the educators overlook our power. Because I was reading every day, it made me an excellent student. Always on the honor roll, 5 and 6 stars on the forehead. But the teachers would say, take the comic books away from me. Now, we should be reading our textbooks and our workbooks. They had it partially right. But to take the book away from me is going to make me totally exile myself from that formation of education. So I was just sitting home every day, huge collector of Marvel. All I did was read comic books and draw. Read, draw, read, draw, read, draw. That was my whole life. That's all that I had. That in school, and that was the miserable existence of running home to change out my uniform so I could fit in with the public school kids so I didn't get bullied and ticked on. So hip-hop comes over the bridge, and I'm like, whoa, you could tell stories about who you are over music. So I'm writing all these rhymes for me. Daryl McDaniels is my name. The initials of my name is DMC.
Yeah.
But when I get on the mic, not for the world, just for me, Darryl McDaniels is no longer my old man at Catholic school kid, Darryl McDaniels. DMC now transforms me into the devastating mic controlling DMC. On the next record, I'll be the microphone master. On this record, I'm going to be the king of rock. Marvel comic books made me this dominant force that I am in this culture of hip-hop. Comic books taught me, especially Marvel, taught me this. And this is a message to all little kids. That's why I always do work with kids. You define yourself with an adjective, and you tell the world who you are. For instance, if I say amazing, you'll say
Spider-Man.
If I say incredible, you'll say
Hulk.
If I say invincible, you'll say Iron Man.
Iron Man, yeah.
So now I'm sitting here, and this is, you gotta understand. Everything I was pretending and imagining to be, when I got on the microphone in hip hop and said it, it materialized from my make-believe fantasy world into this universe right here. I'm sitting there one day and I'm going, Thor is the son of Odin from Asgard. He got a brother named Loki, and he got a hammer. And this is a little kid, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm Darryl. I'm from Hollis. My father's name is Byfred, and I got a brother named Alfred, and I got a microphone. So I became son of Byfred, brother of Al. Banner's my mother and runs my pal. It's McDaniels, not McDonald's. These rhymes are Darryl's, those burgers are
Ronald's.
I ran down my family tree. So all I was doing was telling these stories for me, of me being the most powerful entity in the hip-hop universe. Now, Run comes over and finds my rhyme books. He think I just got skills. He have no idea where all this is coming from. So he puts me in the group, and I begin to speak all of these things. I realized everything that I imagined. Make-believe. Think about those words, make-believe. Oh, man, you in that corny make-believe stuff. I tell kids, they get in trouble, too. You stand up in the middle of your class, and you beat your chest like King Kong, and you say, you goddamn right, I'm into that make-believe stuff. Make-believe is make them believe. I walk the world now. They don't just say DMC, the other rapper. The king is here. Darryl Mack is here. I define myself with the adjective and told the world, and they believe that stuff. So even on the Jam Master Jay record, we showing up, me running Jay, so the people was like, we thought it was just 2 dudes, or we thought it was 8 dudes. It was, okay, if he's run, where's D, who's M, who's C, and who the hell is this motherfucker back there behind him? Because it was 3 of us showing up, so I said, Jay, I got you. I went home, and I said, let me go into my comic book world. Jam Master Jay. The jam had 2 meanings back in the day. The jam was the party. Yo, that jam last night was good. And the jam was also the record. Yo, that jam they played last night, I was like, I got it. Jason will be the master of it all. He will be the Jam Master Jay. So Jay comes over the next day. I say, Jay, you ready for your name? Yeah, I'm ready. You know, because he wanted to be Jazzy Jay. You know, in hip-hop, you can't bite.
Yeah,
I was like, Jay, that ain't going to happen. I said, there's enough Grandmasters. There's a Grand Wizard. I wanted something else. There's so much newness in our children out there. So I got it. Drum roll. You're going to be the Jam Master Jay. You should have seen Jay when I said that.
What do you say?
He pulled his collar up.
Yeah, he popped it
I'm
back
the jam
in.
Now it sounds so good, you know what I'm saying? So what I mean, kids have their power, you know, the pianos, violins, tap dancing. I tell kids, when you want to put on a pair of tights and a tutu and hold Misty Copeland up on the stage of Carnegie Hall, kids don't see that vision. So hip-hop, for me, allowed me to find out what my power was and utilize it on this plane of existence. It all came from that make-believe. Look, I was pretending to be Superman and Batman with my favorite blanket on me, and I was just in my basement trying to pretend to be Grandmaster Caz. I used to be, they used to call me
Crush.
Easy D because I rocked on the mic so easily. But now they call me DMC. I changed, and Cass said, well, why did you blow me away? I changed my name from Easy D because of the influence that Cold Crush had on me. Remember that routine with the initials on the name? The initials on my name are GMC. You can search all your life, but you'll never see a higher power body rocket in the galaxy. I'm the first and never last. I'm the Grandmaster Cash. Well, hell, this dude said the initials of my name are EAD, the baddest thing to hit New York since OE. And I was a big OE drinker. I was like, oh my God. So the power of that influence allowed me, just like you said, man, we, you know, Diddy, Puffy, Jay-Z, we saw Run DMC and knew what we could be. My thing had to come from somewhere. So it's coming from the comic books now. Wow. So when Rick said that, I said I didn't want to do a comic book, but he said, D, This what blew my mind. You can do everything you've done for the last 35 years with your music and more with a physical book in your hand. And that's why I started the comic book thing. Because now I want to attack the music. The kids come up to me now, especially the little kids, because I'm 53 now. The kids is like, oh, my God, you're the Mr. Tricky Man.
Yeah.
And you're the Walk This Way Man. And I like that record, Adidas. So now what I represent now, I went through alcohol. I was an alcoholic, suicide, and metaphysical wreck. I wanted to kill myself because all I thought for me to be on this world, I thought I was just put here to be DMC, the King of Rock. And my stupid mind said, I've accomplished that. So me stupidly saying, I want to get to my next plane of existence, I wanted to commit suicide. Oh. And that's when God, Yahweh, Buddha, whatever you want to call her, I think God's a woman, whatever you want to call her, that's when they said, let's reveal to him the thing that he don't know. It's a superhero story. At age 35, I found out that I was adopted. I found out over the telephone. My father and mother, I asked my mother and father, how much did I weigh, what hospital I was born, what time I was born. They told me those things. An hour later, they called back, we have something else to tell you, son. It's like a Superman movie. You're not really who you are. They was basically, you was a month old when we brought you home and you're adopted, but we love you, bye. That's how I found out.
Wow.
Yeah. It was crazy. At 35 years old. But then I found out that I was a foster kid. So then I realized DMC was meant to be that third member and run DMC as the King of Rock so I could go represent those kids. Yeah. I hate the term underprivileged children. Our politicians and our leaders always use that. We can't just go give out turkeys on Thanksgiving to these communities and not be seen for a whole another year. We can't just go to these communities and give out gifts on Christmas. We got to get involved with these people's in these communities' lives and not just with the children. The children are coming out of crazy situations. We got to get involved with the family unit, because the thing that made DMC is this. I had discipline, which is clear. I had education, and I had direction. And hip-hop allowed me to take all the information, imagination, and education that I was getting from these comic books, put it on a user, like I hate hope that is coming from a prayer and coming from a psychology book. I'm telling the world, sometimes you got to push the damn Bible to the side, push the psychology books to the side, and you look at these kids and say, who are you? What do you want to be? And here's how we're going to do it. Yeah. And that's why I'm working with my foundation, and that's why I'm doing this event with the Garden of Dreams. Because I represent that dreams do come true. I didn't want to be one of the greatest MCs. That Kaz, Mel, Mo D, they do that. I just wanted to pretend to be the most powerful entity in the hip-hop universe, and that dream came true.
DMC, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. And the Garden of Dreams Foundation has a 2-part concert experience. It's called Concert for Dreams. It's in New York at the Beacon Theater, Friday, March 23rd.
Tickets going to sell this weekend, though, because it's going to sell out. And basically what it is, it's going to be, we're going to do in one day what a typical festival does in 3 days. Yeah. And it's going to be me. Of course, I'm going to get up on that stage and play Adam from Counting Crows and AOR. Right, Eric? Oh, OAR, the band, they huge. I always say it wrong. I've been saying it wrong for the last 10 years. They're going to be the backing band, but it's going to be me and a diverse, eclectic
Gavin
mix.
Gavin
DeGraw, yes.
Adam Duritz of Counting Crows. Yes. Nate Roos of Fun.
And special guests,
Nate is dope.
Nate is, he's dope. So it's going to be one of those nights. Yeah. When you're going to come, I saw Nate, and a whole bunch of special guests, and we're going to do this to, raise funds for the Garden of Dreams Foundation. All the money, none of the money goes in anybody's pockets. None of the money, all the money goes to the kids. That's why I like working with these guys, because those kids, man, and these are kids going through chemotherapy. These are homeless kids. These are kids who are in the worst situations you can possibly imagine. But that shouldn't deter them from becoming the people they were put here to be. They are the next Heather B's and the next Sways and the next journalist and the next cameraman and this and that. They're like, I like the kids for wanting to be the next rapper and then wanting to be the next basketball player, but I always hit the kids with this. When you want to be the man that write the check for the basketball player? Oh, because they don't know that. They only see the contracts the players get. Yeah. But if the man writing the check is writing that to the player, how much do you think the man got? Yeah. And all the man did was go to school for a couple of years to get a piece of paper that says he knows business or communication. Oh, I want kids to see the easy way out. Yeah. And the easy way out isn't selling drugs. Easy way out isn't hanging up, faking that you're in a gang. Yeah. The gang situation is a deep sociological family unit situation. But 99% of the murderers, when I go to speak to people in doing on life in prison, and I speak to the murderers in the juvenile detention centers, none of them want to be there.
Yeah.
And I always get this. I always get these from you. Yo, man, hip hop saved a lot of lives, man. I wish I had. Man, I wish I could have. I wish I'd have had that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are running around fronting like they so tough. You know what I'm saying? I realized something. I was with Wyclef a couple of years ago. He said, DMC is the only MC that can rhyme about a pair of sneakers, chicken and collard greens, St. John's University, and Christmas and make it gangster. Like, I made a damn record about Christmas.
You made it hard,
That's
too,
hard,
man.
you know what I'm saying? So the Garden of Dreams is providing those opportunities so that in a positive way, all children, regardless of their situations, they can become the productive, positive individuals that they were put here to be.
DMC. And listen, all the citizens, man, go to gardenofdreamsfoundation.org. gardenofdreamsfoundation.org.
Especially here in New York City, because the Garden of Dreams, we represent the Knicks, the Rangers, and the Liberty. So we're a hometown organization.
Yes.
So, you know, the Knicks fans are fanatical.
But let me ask you this. If you can't make the Rangers fans, if you can't get here and you still want to donate,
you could go to the
Garden of Dreams,
and that happens a lot.
Foundation.org. Okay.
Yeah, people that can't make the show, you can donate. Come support your children. We have a problem with saying, if I ain't give birth to the kids, they ain't mine. Regardless of the children that came out of your loins and your womb, every child all these homeless kids, all these kids in these orphanages, all these kids in our group homes, these are our children. And hip hop and rock and roll will make that known, because I'm going to say it before I leave, and I always say it, the arts succeeds where politics and religion always fail.
True.
DMC. Hey, Tracy, I'm going to put the celebrity wine aside for a second, right? You understand, right?
Come on.
Okay, we got callers for DMC, man. We got Sean from Boston on the line. Sean, go ahead,
what's
man.
poppin'?
Hey, Sean. Good morning, everyone in the studio. I'm telling you something right now. This is an honor. DMC, brother, you are hip-hop royalty.
Well, thank you.
I've been sitting here at work listening to the show. This is a trilogy for me. You got Nick Foley, Hobson, and now DMC. Man, I just want to thank you for everything you've done over the years. I am 58. I am a hardcore hip-hop.
Yes, you are. For life.
And I'm telling you, man, you guys, you run, and R.I.P. to Jay.
Yes, thank
you. You guys set me off as far as being a DJ here in Boston. So
DJs make the world go round.
Man,
like the
I'm
turntables.
You, thanks for being on. Thanks for just hearing from you.
Thank you.
Where can I get the comic books, because I do want to support that as well?
Oh yeah, the comic books. You can. My website is DMC-Comics, but the comic is actually available in all comic book stores worldwide.
Wow.
I'm global.
Yes, you are.
Check it out. And it's a comic book that adults and kids can read.
I was
collectively.
in Vancouver in a comic book store and saw your comics in Vancouver, Canada.
Speaking of comics, have you ever considered acting?
Everybody tell me, do you need a podcast and this and that? I'm not. I don't want to act.
I think you should be like Luke Cage's brother, like his brother.
Like Luke Cage, I'm a hero for hire. Raised in the age of the vinyl record buyer. They came to burn my kingdom, so they all brought fire. When that didn't work, they called me a liar. To tell you the truth, my kingdom can be burnt. And on that day, that is something they learned. Immortality, see, it has to be earned. I was bitten by a vampire and I couldn't be turned. B-boys breaking as I rock this mic. So damn amazing, watch them all take flight. For this generation, here's a little insight. Rappers nowadays can't rhyme or write. They need to learn a lesson from Lauren and Light and Queen Latifah. Watch them recite. If you disrespect my women, there is gonna be a fight. A lot of fake rappers is dying tonight. No, I actually met the actor that plays Luke Cage and all those cats. Yeah, I met Luke Cage. I met Alfred the Butler. I met Batman. I met Iron Fist. All those cats.
Wow.
Everybody always say, "Do you need to do a movie?"
Right, man,
I am doing a movie though. My life story is getting ready to. I just finised the script.
Damn, I wonder how I could get in on that.
Yeah. We're gonna do. He said, "Yeah." It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be the DMC story thing. It's gonna be about the little kid. The situation. It's going to be. It's about a little kid who, it's like the little boy who became king. Type of story.
I got to take another call. Ja, what up, man? What you want to say real quick?
Ja.
What up?
Well,
What's up?
Real quick, Jai. We got running out of time.
Yo, I love the fact that you read comic books growing up, yo. I love comic books. I
Yes, we
went to
do.
a sleepaway camp where they gave us mad comic books. They just gave us mad comic books for the Salvation Army.
Oh, wow.
And another,
They didn't know what they were giving away.
for real. I mean, but it was for us, you know?
Yeah, it was powerful. Hell yeah. For
And
real.
another rapper that people don't really know that they're influenced by comics
Yep.
is Method Man.
Yeah,
yo.
Method Man did our panel last year at the New York City Comic Con. Method Man is a superhero.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang. I mean, the whole relationship, like, put it like this. Wu-Tang came out speaking about the Kung Fu movies. People that didn't like hip-hop gravitated to hip-hop because they had the Kung Fu movie thing in common with Wu. Same thing with comic books. That's why I tell the kids, don't be ashamed that you're a tap dancer because that's the thing that can take you off that corner and take you to places that you never even know existed. Comics are cool. Comics rule. They even can help a kid in school.
Hey, man, D, I want to thank you, man.
Thank you,
for
man.
coming
Thank
by,
you.
man. Hey, you guys don't
Shade
forget.
45 all the way live.
All the way live, man. GardnerDreamsFoundation.org.
Yes.
We want to thank all our guests. As the caller mentioned, we had Hobson on today.
Killed it.
All right, he killed
Killer.
it. We had
Lin-Manuel Miranda
came by today.
Big shout out.
Yeah, from Hamilton, and he got his new song that he's putting out for Puerto Rico to raise money for Puerto Rico. And then we had Mick Foley come
Mick
by
Foley,
today.
big shout out.
All right.
Strong Island representative.
Strong Island.
Yes, sir.
So, man, D, thank you for closing this off. I want to end with I'm the king of rock. All right, hold up. DB, how can they reach you?
It's really DB everywhere.
Tracy, it's Tracy GITSACYG, Twitter, Instagram.
I'm at the Happy Hour WHB.
Check me out on Instagram, OQ Shoots.
And I'm sitting in the room right next to you, so don't turn around.
All right, that's DMC. Yeah. All right, Almost Like Prayer. I believe that's the name of the single, right?
Yes.
Okay. For Lin-Manuel Miranda, all the money proceeds go to lovely people of Puerto Rico. I'm at Real Sway across the board. You can find all these great interviews on Sway's Universe as well. The DOC, we had the DOC from the West Coast on Friday. Man, he broke down that West Coast history. It was better than the movie Compton.
Wow.
Yeah, you can see that when you get home, D. Go ahead and see that.
Definitely
All
see
right.
that.
I'm at Real Sweat across the board until Heather, did you give out yours?
Yes.
Okay. Until tomorrow, man, I got one thing I want to say.
I'm the king of rock. There is none higher. Some MCs should call me sire.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.